is the law of attraction, exactly. You know, your positive thoughts and positive energy, you put that out there, you emanate that, then it'll draw positivity. I don't know. I feel like that theory I want to call bullshit.
Okay, here's my intro. Let me just erase that right there and go simple. My name, A-Z, no, I don't like that. A-Z-I-Z-A-K-I-B-I-B-I.
Hey, I'm Aziza Kibibi and welcome back to my channel. Thank you. If you're new here, welcome. I just want to wish you an awesome, blessed welcome back to my channel. Thank you for checking in, and if you aren't, you know who I am. Shout out to all of my subscribers. For those of you that don't know me, I am a chef, I'm an author, I'm a mom, but I am a survivor. So I have been through a lot of things in my life, surviving abuse at the hands of my father, raised children, I'm a single mom, I am an entrepreneur, and I have what a lot of people call a regular job. So I'm like, I got tree job because I also run a nonprofit. If you haven't already, make sure you give me a like please if you do enjoy my content, and also make sure you subscribe so you can be notified of any time I upload new videos. Also when I go live, I do go live quite often, so you know, you can ask questions like straight out, just ask questions and I will answer them. My motto is there is no such thing as a stupid question, and if you don't know, you can always learn. I am here to give the information that I have. Okay, so I'm just gonna get right into the video, get right into this conversation, this meeting of minds that I just love to do, discussing the human experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, and it's not easy. And as a survivor of childhood sexual abuse, you know, there is this thing that I have wondered. Even after I escaped my father, I have had a very tumultuous life. Of course, you know, when you're coming out of a really bad situation, there are going to be challenges. And for me, not really being socialized, being homeschooled, you know, when I was just like put out there in the world, there was a lot I had to learn about the world. Escaping my father was a challenge in itself because during the process, my children was taken away from me and put into foster care, so I had to work to get them back. But you know what, that process, that was an entire learning experience, and I did learn a lot. I did learn a lot about the court systems. I learned a lot about the judicial system. I learned a lot about the law enforcement system. I was forced to just jump out there and learn people. Even after that, you would think that, well, Aziza, after having such a horrible childhood, something that as children, you know, you're not, your thought process is that what did you do to deserve the negative things that your parent or other family members or anybody does to you? Like, what did you do? You're new here. As a baby, like, you're new here. Like, welcome to this world. These are the people that have been assigned to raising you and helping you along your human experience. But guess what? They're assholes. They're assholes. They're cruel. They're mean. And this is going on all over the world, where there are parents or step-parents or grandparents that are treating children and young people, teenagers and adolescents, very, very, very bad. So to get out of that situation was one thing, but then to get into my life, you would think that would be enough. And I was positive. Like, my expectations of being free and out in the world was very optimistic. It was very optimistic, in my opinion. When I hear about other people suffering forms of trauma and how it prevents them from enjoying life, My experience, I refuse to allow what happened to me to prevent me, to stop me from enjoying life once I escaped. But for some reason, bad shit continued to happen. Now, okay, you know what? Let me take that back. Well, I'm not going to take that back because bad things did continue to happen. And I had to wonder, as a survivor, do you become a magnet for like negative energy? I don't know. It's kind of confusing. Statistics dictate that people who are molested as a child or women who have been in abusive situations from a young age will continue to be abused throughout their life. Not only that, their children will suffer abuse. I'm going to say cancel. We're going to change that. We're going to change that, ladies and gentlemen, because like it's hard for me to grasp the idea that God, that the universe, that the energy that was created from the abuse is just a magnet for more abuse. And if that is the case, it's kind of hard to have faith and very easy to lose hope. So I understand when there are people, when there are survivors who turn to things like opioids, drugs, street drugs, and alcohol in an attempt to get rid of the suffering or to ease the suffering. I get it, because sometimes then it's like, well, your path has been completely altered and now like just other bad shit started to happen. So, for instance, I escaped my father. I knew that there was going to be some challenges that was going to come along with that, especially since my children were in the foster care system, and I had heard about all kinds of horror stories about the foster care system. And not only that, I had my own horrible experience dealing with caseworkers in the foster care system. So I was prepared to deal with some BS. I understood that came along with it. Not only that though, even after I got my kids back, and yes, some may argue that this is still directly dealing with my father, I had financial issues, working my ass off, got to the point where I was filing my taxes, looking forward to a return to help me take care of my children, and it was frozen. Just took. Why? Because my dad had racked up debt in my name, right? Long story short. And I do share that story in another video. So you can check out this video to learn more about that and how I got out of it. But I do tell you, like, it got to the point where I was like, something else. And then even like once I got married, and really, as someone who has survived a whole lot of BS, a whole lot of craziness, now finds a husband who then cheats on her with her sisters, and then the sisters, willing participants. When does the madness stop? And then there are just other things, challenges throughout my life. Like, I am constantly tested. I feel like I am constantly tested. And I understand that as a spiritual being having a human experience, and I'm writing about this in my new book. The essence of us being here is literally to grow and learn. I get that. Literally to grow and learn. We come here in the form of a baby. We cannot fend for ourselves. We can't walk. We're dependent on this other body to feed us and these other people to feed us, and we are at their mercy as children. So clearly the human existence is really about learning and growing. And a lot of times the best ways to learn and grow is with pressure, with some form of pressure and challenge in life. But what makes God decide, or the universe, whichever way you look at it, what makes the higher power, the Almighty, decide which people are going to suffer like the scum of the earth when they're really not, and which people who seem to be the scum of the earth, like the Jeffrey Epsteins and the Harvey Weinsteins and the Aswata Yinis and the R. Kellys of the world, get success? Like, what decides that? I don't understand. There are plenty of horrible, evil people out there winning right now. Like, that whole term, nice guys finish last, I feel like there is some serious truth to that. And maybe if we determine what the essence and the core of that is, some of us who were just dealt a bad hand, we'll figure it out. Figure out how to play the cards that you have been given. So I don't know. Does anybody please tell me? Am I alone in this? Like, am I the only one that feels like that the things that I have been through and the challenges and the BS, like, am I a magnet for it? I started looking up, I bought a new journal. I love journals. I love to collect journals. Like, I have so many journals that I probably started writing a couple of things. I decide I'm going to get this beautiful leather bound journal, and it's got the dates and inspirational quotes and plans and what to do and goals. And I start filling it out and I'm really excited. And then, like, after using it for 2 or 3 days, I'm not even doing that anymore. I'm back to my phone, putting in notes in my phone and putting stuff on my calendar in my phone. I always see some beautiful journal and I buy it. So I bought one recently, and it's called the Law of Attraction Journal. And I decided to then look up, what is the law of attraction exactly? I understand it. I understand the theory. I've heard a lot of people talk about it. Your positive thoughts and positive energy, you put that out there, you emanate that, then it'll draw positivity and you will achieve your goals. I don't know. I feel like that theory I want to call bullshit. I really do. Because, and don't misunderstand me. Please don't get it twisted. This is not a, boo-hoo, poor me. I'm not thinking about that at all. I don't feel that way. I am a believer in taking life by the freaking horns and creating your own destiny and doing what you need to do to get what you want to do done. Does that make sense? I am a big believer in, you just do it. Now, I do believe that huge success is a combination of the work that you put in, a climate or an environment that is favorable to your goals, and maybe maybe your guardian angels are there helping you. And, like, these little things happen because I can talk about some opportunities that seem like fell into my lap. And there have been things that I have just spoken out and they have manifested like a couple of days later. I have had dreams. I know there are ways that you can affect what happens to you, and you do intentionally create the energy. But there are just some things where it's like you're just in the right place at the right time. Now, some may say, well, then that's you creating the energy, but whatever. That's I'm gonna have to save that for a whole other video. But my point is, as a person who has survived some very gut-wrenching experiences, how is it that's not enough? How is it that, yes, then as I am establishing myself, these negative people are still drawn to me? Like, I feel like everything is a freaking test. And honestly, I'm very tired. I'm tired. Like, everything is a test. And I feel like I have to second guess every choice that I make. Or no, let me change that. I feel like because everything seems like it's a test, I tend to overthink the choices that I make because I don't know. I don't know what like, am I supposed to choose this? Am I supposed to say yes? Am I supposed to say no? Should I be there at this time? Maybe I should be there later, fashionably late, early. Like, which one is it? Because things have went left. Granted, my dad is in jail, serving 90 years in prison, but my mom isn't. Not wishing any ill on her, not wishing any ill at all. And there was a time where our relationship was strong enough that I was so happy for her and her achievements and her successes in her life once escaping her dad. And I continue to be. I don't wish ill on people. That's just not my nature. But sometimes I do have to wonder, well, I got my ass kicked a lot more than you did. And in fact, you contributed to some of those ass kickings in the way as a bystander. You contributed to those as an enabler. So how is it that you're winning more? But outside of that, not just with opportunities and goals, and I am blessed. I am extremely blessed, and I have worked very hard for some of the things that I have, and I have taken advantage of many opportunities that have come my way. So I am not complaining. But I do have to say that when I read these stories and I have people reaching out to me who are survivors, and their lives continue to just tumble and go into a downturn spiral, shouldn't it just be, you know, hey, I paid my dues? Maybe it was karma from the past life or something, but it's like, well, damn, I paid my dues. Like, does stuff still have to keep happening? Why is it that if a woman was abused, then more than likely she will continue a vicious cycle of abusive relationships? Now, yes, we can talk about loving yourself and valuing yourself, but why are these abusive men? Why are people drawn to those who have been affected in this way? This stuff is hard. Like, it's hard. And I'd be thinking, like, enough already. So please go down in the comments. Let me know if you feel the same way. If you are a survivor and you are willing to share that you are a survivor, talk to me about what things in your life have been difficult. And it could be associated to being a survivor. Like, were you in a relationship that was toxic, and then you get out of that relationship, and then happen to be you end up in another relationship that is toxic as well? Like, what is that? And it's like, well, I love myself. I do. I love myself. I value myself. I believe, or it is my intention to emanate positive energy. Now, I'm a kind of a worrier. I'm a Virgo, so I tend to overanalyze and overthink things, which is probably why I'm even doing this video. But in general, my intention is to emanate positive energy. And I would think that I would get more positive energy back if the laws of attraction is real and is not just a pretty packaged idea that someone decided to market. Go into the comments. Let me know your thoughts. On that note, I'm going to say that is all for today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for contributing. Thank you for subscribing. And if you have not subscribed already, please do so. Please subscribe, share this video. I love getting conversations started, and I hope that this is, you know, a good one. If you can relate, let me know if you can relate. And on that note, be blessed, for you are a blessing. Bye.